In today's world, we are all familiar with cryptocurrency, more specifically, Bitcoin. There have been prior attempts to develop online currencies with ledgers protected by encryption. Yet, Bitcoin was the first widely accepted cryptocurrency. These included B-Money and BitGold, two instances of which were conceptualized, but only partially realized. In 2009, for the first time, the Bitcoin software was made publicly accessible, and mining, the procedure by which new Bitcoins were generated and transactions are documented and authenticated on the blockchain, began. As the new currency gained popularity gradually, the competition in the crypto market started to increase as new patents were made available. But the real question arises, how did the connection between PayPal and Bitcoin ever happen? Thiel predicted that the future of currency would, in 1999, be something where you may choose between many currencies. The decision is not left to the sovereign, but to the person. In this way, the individual assumes the role of the sovereign and has the power to decide which currency they wish to use. That precise forecast is now coming true in the cryptocurrency market. Sovereign governments are completely excluded from decision-making as individuals choose which currencies they believe to be most valued. But this brings up two crucial queries. Why didn't Thiel invent a cryptocurrency? And how did he forecast the future of financial technology so accurately? We must examine the turbulent development of online payment systems to respond to these queries and the difficulties Thiel had in creating PayPal. Neal Stephenson's 918-page sci-fi masterpiece, Cryptonomicon, is one of Thiel's all-time favourite novels. Randy Waterhouse, a software engineer and cryptography aficionado, is the book's primary character. Waterhouse and his crew are in the Philippines when they enter a gold cache concealed there during World War II. A new decentralized digital currency backed by this gold supply is subsequently created by Waterhouse. Since the US dollar was on the gold standard for many years before leaving the system in 1971, this concept is not particularly novel. However, the decentralization component was novel and would play a significant role. Thiel got captivated by the potential applications of digital money after reading Cryptonomicon. A severe financial crisis struck Asia in 1997. The indigenous currencies of other nations, including Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, had to be devalued. Since the people in these nations lost significant sums of their life savings, anything may happen anywhere. Thiel came up with the concept of secure digital money that users could store on their smartphones. People in underdeveloped nations could avoid keeping their money in a volatile native currency in this way. Although he was one of the first business people in Silicon Valley to promote this concept, many other technologists had already worked on it. Many believed that David Chaum, a UCLA professor, established DigiCash in 1990 as the first cryptocurrency ever made. A private key was added to the money DigiCash withdrew from a user's bank account. The money could only be used if you knew the private key, making it theoretically more secure than a standard bank account. But the service was never successful. The business folded after conducting a small-scale beta test with a local Missouri bank. Simply put, the technology wasn't ready for widespread use. Thiel first met Max Levchin, a programmer, when he was 23 years old, a few weeks after DigiCash was shut down. Levchin, who had recently earned his degree from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign and had expertise in creating effective encryption software, was essentially the real-life equivalent of Randy Waterhouse. After getting along well, Thiel and Levchin decided to start a business together. Levchin thought PayPal would revolutionize society. Everyone would send money to each other on their Palm Pilots in a few years. Or at least he believed that. In July 1999, PayPal introduced the service and got extensive media coverage. They couldn't locate enough users though. Only a small percentage of the 2 million Palm Pilot users worldwide had a purpose for this new money transfer service. Therefore, the Palm Pilot app had to be discontinued by the PayPal team. It was a good idea for Levchin to employ public key cryptography for transactions. He had only selected the wrong platform. A decade later, when Bitcoin was introduced, it used many of the same encryption techniques as PayPal's Palm Pilot application. However, Bitcoin was compatible with a considerably larger range of hardware, allowing it to expand more quickly. In September 1999, PayPal unveiled a new service that catered to a far larger market 3 months after releasing the Palm Pilot software. It was a novel idea at the time. Still, the new payment service would let consumers transfer money to any email address anywhere globally. The Palm Pilot software was more refined than the email payment service, but it gained popularity far more rapidly. The PayPal team looked at user data at the end of 1999 to determine who was using the service. They were somewhat taken aback by the fact that a sizable portion of their users was from eBay. In 1999, many consumers used checks to pay for internet purchases, which could have been more active, dangerous, and difficult. Users of eBay were in need of a better option, which PayPal offered. The development of relationships via the internet among numerous people is especially effective. PayPal was able to resolve a significant issue by allowing payments between these dissimilar parties, and eBay was able to link millions of small businesses with millions of individual customers. Interestingly, a decade later, Bitcoin would also see growth as a result of the clandestine Silk Road market, which allowed customers to purchase goods that weren't quite eligible for eBay listings. However, soon, credit card fraud arose within the PayPal system, which threw the company into a spiral. This led to the creation of modern-day CAPTCHA. Several codings were done in order to prevent fraudulent scheming amongst the hackers. The action taken against the hackers was to type out simple sentences or words, which were harder for a computer to do, but not for a human. Lev Chin created software that scans through all the transactions to detect unusual behaviours or unusual codings. This reduced the fraudulent behaviour by a significant amount, and the company started to function properly. The company has faced various challenges and ups and downs, through which the creators successfully got out of PayPal and signed up with various other companies to push through their differences. During this period of time, experiments were done in which cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin or pseudo-cryptocurrencies, were made in order to prevent credit card fraud. In 2002, PayPal had over 8 million members and was handling 150,000 transactions totaling $8 million each day. The business had also turned a profit by the time it started collecting transaction fees from customers. It was determined by Thiel and the management team that PayPal should go public. But PayPal wouldn't last long as a public company. eBay made a $1.5 billion deal to buy PayPal in July 2002. The two businesses had a love-hate relationship for many years. Because PayPal was the most used payment method on eBay, they required PayPal. Because eBay was where the majority of PayPal's clients were, PayPal needed it. The merger put an end to the firm's conflict. The startup culture at PayPal, however, also came to an end. PayPal was swiftly influenced by eBay's bureaucratic management style, which led to the departure of most of the founding staff shortly after the acquisition. PayPal and its graduates were doubling down and inventing faster than ever at a time when everyone else was still working to recover from the dot-com collapse. And this is a crucial lesson to learn. Contrary to popular belief, the ideal moment to start something new is frequently amid a crisis. The Bitcoin white paper's release soon after the global financial crisis is not an accident. Many people had given up on the conventional financial system. The timing was right to begin something fresh.